in Lucky Charlene. I just started her up, and as you can see, I started it up yesterday and let it run for like 20 minutes, and all the frost on the window, and that has been beeping. I have to change the battery in that. Yeah, but I wanted to show you what I used, the materials. The paint did really well for this. I have a can inside. I will show you what I used. I am going to go over it and touch it up in the spring. I do have a heater in here. The heater is down here, and from what I hear, it doesn't take long to heat up. And then I have an air conditioner, but I can see, my breath, and so not a good time to be painting. Anyway, so I am going to show you the paint that I used and then the flooring. So this is like vinyl flooring, and there is a drain here and a drain here, and that's where you take your shower in here. And then all I had to use was an X-Acto knife to cut around that, so it was very easy to lay. That is, I had some Backsplash left over, so here is, I used that same thing for the Backsplash here, and I got that at Home Depot. And I also got this, I got this contact paper at Menards because Home Depot was out of like the marble contact paper, and so I got that at Menards, Backsplash at Home Depot, and then I realized that it would be nice to tie all this together, and so I put that around the whole, show you the whole bottom here. Oh, okay, there we go. And then these I got at Menards. These are tiles, but they are self-sticking. I found my tiles. I must have thrown the box away, but this is what they look like, and they're only that thick, or thin, I should say. And then on the back, it shows you which way it goes, so you don't have to guess, that when you put it down, the pattern is all going the same way. And you literally just peel that up from the back and stick it down. And what I would do is I would make a pattern. I would take just like copy paper and trace of whatever I had to cut around, and then I would take the X-Acto knife and then just cut whatever I need to with that. So pretty simple. Another peel and stick, just how I like it. And you can see a little bit came up there, I'm sure because it is so cold. The rest has stayed down great, and either when it gets warmer I will glue that down, or I'll just put another one. This did not take a lot, so I have a whole box left full of these tiles. And as you see, I painted, somebody asked, I was kind of afraid to paint this because it rolls. My hands are freezing. But it turned out fine. And again, I'm gonna go over the paint, but it looks really great right now. So I'm very happy with the paint I used. And those are my new reupholstered cushions. And that was the most expensive. All these other materials that I did were really inexpensive. This, even the vinyl flooring, the tile, all that, the paint, all that cost me under $250 to redo this whole thing. It was just the work I put in it. But the upholstering, which I'm writing a vlog about today, that took me 4 months, and that was $800. But well worth it. He did an amazing job. I had some material left over from that, and I bought that. I gave him the material, and I bought the material at like a outlet store, and all they have is material, and that's what I picked. And I'm very happy happy with the color. I love it. It goes with everything. And I'm also having, I had taken out, there was a closet here, and I took that out. Oh, and as you see, I got this at Home Depot. Home Depot, yeah. And I'm having him make a pillow. This is like a bench, so now somebody can sit there. I'm gonna have him make a pillow out of the same fabric to put there. And I'm gonna come back here because I'm gonna show you that same paper, and this is just like wallpaper. It's the wallpaper. I got this at Home Depot, and that's what it's called. New wallpaper. Wall pops. Peel and stick. Okay. Contact paper. But I did have to, as you see, I put a lot of work. I had to cut around there. And yeah, so it took a while just in the details, but it was fun for me to just put my headphones in and be in here and work on it in the summer. In the winter, oh, my hands are freezing. Next up are the curtains that I have to do. So I was talking to a woman who has like 6 sewing machines, and she knows what she's doing. And I was trying to figure out how I would do this, like have somebody make them, see if I could make them. Because on the other side of this is, these are the original, everything was original. It's a 2001. So they're like blackout so that, you know, it covers to not look in and stuff. And she suggested, I was gonna try and dye them, but she suggested to get material and you could just sew it over this material. And so I thought that was kind of ingenious. And so here's the view from back here. So what I'm gonna do, there's an outlet, is give her one and see if that'll work. And if that'll work, I will pay her to do that. These cushions are so comfortable and I am so happy. And I'll tell you the story of this too. The cushions, the fabric, when I bought this fabric and it's like a heavy duty, like kind of outdoor fabric. When I bought this fabric, I liked the color that's on the other side of this. And when she was cutting it, I noticed it said that this was the front of it. And I asked her, I said, well, I thought that this was the back. The other side is more like a blue, well, bluer. This is kind of like a, I don't know, like blue, kind of green. But anyway, so I said, oh, I didn't know that's the front. And she said, well, you could use either side. And I'm like, well, great. I don't know fabric. And she works at a fabric store and she was cutting my fabric, so I assumed she knew. But I had taken these 2 upholsters, and both of them said, yeah, they are professionals, that you should use the right side of the fabric. So if you're choosing fabric, remember that you can't use both sides. You want to use the front as the front. And I was nervous that I wouldn't like it as much, and actually I believe it turned out even better than had I gone with the back of it. So that is that in the van so far. I am going to take her out and get some gas and drive it around. It's winter. I'm going to turn this around. This is my Saturday digs today. Again, flannel. Don't I look like I'm totally from Minnesota? Can you see my breath? So this van originally came from California. So it's a 2001 Dodge road truck. And it originally came from California, never saw a winter. And then the man that I bought it from here, he lives in Minnesota, but he stored it during the winter, so it didn't see a winter. And I planned on storing it, but it was just too much money. It was going to cost like $150, $185 a month just to store it. And so I couldn't do that. So it's seen its first winter, and hopefully it'll be the last winter it sees. So yeah, that's the story there. I feel bad that it has to be outside, but it's 8.5 feet, I believe, tall, and it just won't fit in my garage. I wish it did. So yeah, so I come out here and just start it up for a while, every once in a while, and I make sure I drive it every week, and then I am just hoping spring comes sooner rather than later, although I think the groundhog, I don't know how it is. Did he see a shadow? And there's another, whatever, 6 weeks, 6 months of winter, feels like here. And I have to tell you a funny story. So I had to buy a new shower head for my shower outside. There's a shower inside and a shower outside. And when I was winterizing it, I had to drain everything and then put, what do you call it, antifreeze and everything. And as you can see, there's some there, it's pink. So when I was doing that, the shower's on the driver's side and outside. And so I was draining it and everything, and I had gone inside and I was gonna drive it to get some gas. And I also put something in the gas tank that helps make it run better. I think I have it in the garage. So I'm going to be showing you all the materials that I use, because I know I have extra in the garage. So a lot of people had asked me what I use to do all this. And so I'm going to show you in case you're interested. So I had gone in the house and I came out, and there's a side door here. And so that was just more convenient for me, because I could just come in there and crawl in the driver's seat, because there's a lot of room there. And so that's what I did. So I take off and I'm driving to gas stations, I don't know, 2-3 miles from here. And I'm on a busy street as some lady is waving me down, her and her daughter. And she pulls up next to me because we're at a stoplight. She rolls down her window and she's like, "Hey, you have something dragging back there." And you have to understand, the hose to the shower head is like 12 feet long. And so I immediately realized what I had done. I forgot to put it back and lock it in the cabinet. So it was dragging all the way down the street. I can imagine what that looked like as I was driving. And so it was all scuffed up. And so hence the new shower I had to get. So there you go. Live and learn. I said, "Oh, can you tell? I just got this van." So new to van life. These are the things you learn. These are the things I'm telling you. Don't forget to check around the whole perimeter of the van in case you get in. You don't get in on the driver's side and you do something like that. You leave something out. Okay, my hands are freezing. I'm gonna go inside for a while, warm up, and then I will bring you out in the garage and show you the materials I use. I came in, warmed up, had an apple, and now let's head out to the garage where it's cold again and look at what I use. Okay, here is my pile of stuff. I should probably get it up off the ground. It's starting to... This was the foam that they had. They just used the back as a bed. They did not like use the cushions or anything. And let's see, here's the table that I have. I actually have some paper, contact paper, whatever, that I'm going to put over this so it matches, and that's inside. So I'll get that and show you before I'm done here. So this is kind of my pile of stuff. Yeah. So here's the antifreeze that I use to put in. And you know what? I should have brought all this stuff in. Not thinking when you live in Minnesota. So I made this table. I made it out of shelving from Menards, and I just bought these, what is it? I don't know what they're called, that keep them together. And then this, it's where you stick the pole in the floor, and you can get this on Amazon, and it comes with what goes in the floor too. Oh, there's that part of it. And so that's a table that I made. This is the closet that I took out. So this is the flooring. And as you can see, it comes in sheet like this, and it's thin. And there's tape that you buy that you put it down with. So there's it, and it comes in a roll. I got that at Menards, and that comes in like 12, I think, by 6 sheets. And I think that cost me $35. So it was cheap, and I have that much left. So I figured when I first did it, I've never done any of this stuff, that if I made a mistake, I could just redo it. Here's the contact paper. Again, I think I got that at Menards because they didn't have the marble at Home Depot. I think that was $8 for all that, and that's how much I have left. I also know I brought the paint inside. This is what I'm gonna make that extra pillow out of. I bought that because I hadn't picked out my other fabric yet, and so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I might make something out of it, but it's a real heavy duty, it's outdoor fabric, and so yeah, so I'm gonna go inside, show you what I'm gonna use for that table. That's the flooring, that's the contact paper. I don't have any extra Backsplash that I use, but I got that at Home Depot, and I think those were kind of expensive. I think they were like $30 for like 4 or 6 sheets of them, so that was kind of expensive, but it's cool. I'm gonna go inside and I'll show you the others. Inside now, and sorry I was whispering. Every time I go outside, my neighbor, really nice guy, but I had gone out to start the van, and he always comes outside when I'm out there. Anyway, so now I don't have to whisper. So here's the paint that I use. It's hard to see, so I looked it up. It's called Bare Ultra Scuff Defense. And so it says about it, Scuff Defense is a new product that is a stain blocking paint and primer in one, because I knew I didn't want to have to prime everything. The paint has a rich, flat finish that is durable while looking like it's beautiful flat paint. The paint went on smoothly and the coverage is amazing, requiring only 1 coat. So that is why I use this. So Bare Ultra Scuff Defense. And I got this at Home Depot, so you can get that there. I know a lot of people had asked me what paint I used. And then this is the paper I got to cover my table inside, and it's just contact creative covering, and that's what it looks like. And I know that was pretty cheap. I don't know, like this I think was like $10 or $15, and I think I got it at Menards, but I'm not quite sure. So it's Menards or Home Depot, my 2 favorite stores. So that's it. That is the tour of what I used for inside the van. I had never redone anything like this, and it has been a process, and it has actually been really fun for me, and has showed me that when I put my mind to it, I can do pretty much anything, just like you can too. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos to learn how to do stuff like that flooring. I just went on and watched a small YouTube video, and I'm like, yep, okay, got it. And like I said, there's so much for how cheap it was. I figured if I didn't get it the first time, I still had extra stuff to redo it if I needed to. So it's just by trial and error, but that's what I'm hoping with these videos. And you know, this is to help other people who have a van like mine, or are thinking about van life, to take you along and see, you know, what I do, what I find out, and yeah, how I do things if you're interested. So you can ask me any questions, and yeah, I hope it helped somebody. Okay, I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye. Okay, I am at the gas station. I thought I'd take you along. I was done with the video, and I'm gonna fill it up. But just so you know, you have to turn it off because you have to use a key to get into the gas tank. I'll show you. Easy.
spiritual healers, musical to be able to touch the world and paint a picture of us, to create moments of love to the Black community.
Saving thousands in interest.
I had a little over a quarter of a tank already, and to fill it up, it cost me $57.40, and I think I get about 18 miles to the gallon. So just so you know what you're in for when you have a van like this. Okay, now this is the end of the video. See you next time.